You won't believe what really went down behind the scenes of the world's richest divorce. For years, Jeff and MacKenzie Bezos were the picture-perfect couple, smart, successful, and seemingly rock solid. But as it turns out, not even billion-dollar empires can shield a marriage from crumbling. After 25 years together, the news hit like a bomb. They were calling it quits. The world watched as headlines flashed the jaw-dropping settlement, over $35 billion, and speculated wildly. But what really caused their breakup? Was it just growing apart, or something far more personal? Now at 55, MacKenzie Scott is finally telling her side, and it's not what anyone expected. Back in the early 90s, before Amazon, before the wealth, before the fame, MacKenzie was a young writer fresh out of Princeton, just trying to pay the bills. She landed a job at a hedge fund called D.E. Shaw in New York, where one thing caught her attention before anything else: Jeff Bezos' laugh. Loud, wild, unforgettable. She hadn't even seen his face, but she remembered that sound. When it came time for her interview, she actually asked for Jeff to be the one to conduct it. He said yes. She got the job, and soon, they were working just a few desks apart, sharing ideas, trading dreams. It didn't take long before they fell for each other. MacKenzie made the first move, asking him to lunch. 3 months later, they were engaged. By 1993, they were married. Their honeymoon phase wasn't about tropical islands or champagne. It was a road trip. One where Jeff sat in the passenger seat scribbling down business plans on his laptop while MacKenzie drove across the country. That idea Jeff couldn't stop talking about? An online bookstore. And MacKenzie believed in it with her whole heart. So they left New York, packed up and moved to Seattle. And together, they launched Amazon from their garage. MacKenzie wasn't just cheering from the sidelines. She was in it, handling accounting, managing logistics, stuffing packages. She helped lay the foundation for what would become one of the most powerful companies on the planet. Back then, it wasn't about changing the world. It was about surviving, growing, believing in something bigger. But as Amazon exploded, so did the pressure. Jeff worked longer hours, took more meetings, and started building a new dream: space exploration with his company Blue Origin. Suddenly, he wasn't just a tech CEO, he was a global visionary. And MacKenzie? She was home, raising 4 kids, writing quietly, trying to hold on to some kind of normal. The more Jeff rose in the public eye, the more invisible MacKenzie became. What started as a partnership turned into parallel lives. Missed dinners became missed weekends. Deep talks turned into rushed texts. And while they still looked like a united front in public, behind the scenes the cracks were spreading. She started pulling away, not out of anger, but out of exhaustion, out of silence. The man she had once driven across the country with didn't feel like her partner anymore. And yet, she stayed. For the kids, for the history, for hope. Until one day, hope wasn't enough. Rumors started swirling, whispers in the media, tension in the air, but nothing solid, at least not yet. Then in January 2019, it broke wide open. The secret was out. Jeff Bezos was having an affair with Lauren Sanchez, a TV personality and helicopter pilot. It wasn't just shocking, it was unbelievable. This was Jeff Bezos, the man who built Amazon from nothing, who had a wife who supported him before the world even knew his name. A man with 4 children and a woman who helped shape everything he had. And now, this? Suddenly, the internet lost its mind. Late-night shows cracked jokes. News outlets debated who would get what. But under all the noise, one thing was crystal clear. MacKenzie had been betrayed. Publicly, painfully, and completely. But she didn't lash out. She didn't go on a media tour. Didn't drag his name through the mud. Instead, she took the high road and stunned the world again. After the divorce was finalized, MacKenzie walked away with roughly $35.6 billion in Amazon stock. And then, she started giving it away. Fast, not flashy, not performative. Just quiet, deliberate generosity. She signed the giving pledge, promising to donate the majority of her wealth during her lifetime. And she meant it. Within months, she had given away over $1.7 billion to causes supporting racial equality, climate change, LGBTQ+ rights, and education. And she didn't stop there. By the end of that year, another $4 billion. Then more. She donated over $800 million to historically black colleges and tribal institutions. She created a model for giving that other billionaires could barely keep up with. Unrestricted grants that trusted nonprofits to do what they knew best. This wasn't about revenge. This wasn't about headlines. It was about building something better, something real. And in doing that, MacKenzie found something else, herself. She returned to her writing, reconnected with her voice. Remarried in 2022 to a high school science teacher named Dan Jewett, though that chapter ended quietly a year later. Through it all, she kept her focus: family, giving, healing. Meanwhile, Jeff moved on too, attending galas with Lauren Sanchez, expanding his empire, planning his next wedding. But the public attention had shifted. People began seeing him not just as the man behind Amazon, but as the man who lost something real, and maybe didn't fully realize it until it was gone. The kids? Still out of the spotlight, still protected. One of the few things Jeff and MacKenzie agreed on completely. In the end, this wasn't just a breakup story. It was a transformation story. MacKenzie Scott turned heartbreak into purpose. She took the pain of betrayal and built something more meaningful than any company. A legacy of giving, compassion, and grace. While the world gossiped, she rebuilt her life in silence, stronger, wiser, and more impactful than ever. And that's what makes her journey unforgettable. So, what do you think? Was MacKenzie the quiet hero in all of this? Did Jeff blow the biggest chance at love and loyalty? Drop your thoughts below. We're here for the real talk. And hey, if this story moved you even a little, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for more powerful stories that show us just how human even the richest lives can be. Catch you in the next one.